What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the Brew Lab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster in Chief. And tonight, in the Brew Lab, I'm coming at you with another constructed deck. I did promise I would continue with the drafting, but I do have a confession to make. I've used up all my draft tokens. The only other run, except for my first one with Rohan's humans, Boros humans, that I trophied with, the next closest I got to trophying was a 5 winner. So nothing really amazing, just a bit of bad luck with the drafting. I also am not very good at it. So even though I promised I would just upload everything to the channel regardless, it ended up just being so terrible, like the content, for whatever reason. Well, reason number one is it's in Premier Draft, so the drafting is incredibly long, and it ends up making the video super long. But then missing the drafting is kind of the whole point of watching somebody draft. I guess the gameplay is great, of course, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make here long-windedly is that I'm going to wait until the quick draft queue appears for Lord of the Rings, which costs a lot less gems, and then I will get back into that content. But please let me know in the comments, what did you think of the previous video? Is this the type of thing that you enjoy? So far in terms of views, it's not looking amazing, honestly, so we'll have to, yeah, anyway, we'll check in again once the quick draft queue comes in. But for now, getting back into constructed and back into a standard brew, I've been tinkering with some of the sort of unsung, the decks that just never made it. The stuff that, like, one would wish worked, but just for whatever reason never quite does. And of course, like, at the top of that list is equipment decks that Wizards have been trying to push and make into a thing for so long. It feels like every set gets an equipment matters type of a thing, and then it just never happens. Finally, I think that there is something to be said about what I have brewed up. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew, simply called For Mirrodin. And the key card here is Nahiri's Resolve from Aftermath. Just another piece in this puzzle that just for whatever reason has never quite worked. Like the previous stuff with the For Mirrodin mechanic just seemed so freaking terrible. Like, this is arguably the best equipment from the For Mirrodin thing, and it costs 5 to re-equip. It's just a bit too much. But I think they knew that this was coming, and that's why, I like it when Wizards does that. It's like, future sets, a card comes along that makes, past sets make more sense. So Nahiri's Resolve basically flickers all of your stuff, but it happens at the beginning of your next end step, and then they come back at the beginning of your next upkeep. So really nice. It's perfect. Okay, not only does it give all of our creatures +1/+0 and haste. The typical problem of equipment decks is that you spend all of this mana and energy and turns and things setting up your creature that is equipped, and then the opponent just kills it. And now all of your equipments are lying there. You don't have anything to equip them onto, and they obviously cost a lot to re-equip and whatnot, and then you lose the game. Because this says that you can exile any number of non-token artifacts and or creatures. All equipments are artifacts. So we can, those ones that are lying there now, unequipped, because the opponent's been removing all of your little 2/2 Rebel tokens. No worries. Finally, on turn 5, you slap down a Nahiri's Resolve, exile all of them, beginning of your next upkeep, they all come back. They do the For Mirrodin thing. If you didn't know, that means it enters the battlefield, creates a 2/2 token, and then equips itself to it. Now, those 2/2s are all 3/0s with haste, and you can attack right away with them again. Opponent gets rid of them with a sweeper net, no problem. Your Nahiri's Resolve is still on the board. Exile all of them, bring them back, attack again. Always with the haste. It's been amazing. When you add the fact that there's this kind of hidden little synergy between the Bladehold War-Whip and Astor, Bearer of Blades, It's a card from Dominaria United. First of all, when it enters the battlefield, you reveal the top 7 cards of your library, and if you reveal an equipment or vehicle, just pretend that part of the card's not written in there because we have no vehicles. But if you reveal an equipment, then you can put it into your hand, so a little bit of card advantage. But then equipments you control have equipped one colorless. Now, if you have Bladehold War-Whip in play, equip abilities you activate of other equipment cost 1 colorless less to activate. So it makes it so that you can equip for free. 0 equip cost. So you can play an Astor. Once you've got Bladehold War-Whip in play your Astor, and then you just start equipping. You put everything on him. You can give him haste with the Rabbit Battery. You can give him flying with the Hexgold Hoverwings. You can give him trample and first strike with the Halberd, and double strike with the War-Whip. That's like pretty much every relevant, keyword ability on a single guy that out of nowhere, when he enters the battlefield, can just swing in the air, double striking, boom, 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 boom. It's pretty phenomenal, and I've had it go off in testing a few times, but it's by no means the only win con. It ends up being quite aggressive. Like, you can, turn 1 Rabbit Battery, turn 2 Citizen Crowbar is the one equipment in the deck that's not from All Will Be One. So it doesn't have the Mirrodin thing, but it might as well, because when it ETBs, it makes this little citizen token. We're playing the Crowbar because of Selesnya enchantments. We've also got a full playset of the Rebel Salvo, which will often end up just costing you 1 mana for 5 damage, creature or planeswalker. So that's our main removal spell. But I also grabbed a couple Fateful Absence and 1 Destroy Evil. Let's see, these are the flex spots. The Destroy Evil and the Fateful Absence we could change to something else. I'm still not entirely sure what that would be. Please let me know in the comments. We're drawing cards with Kadeen. Whenever he attacks, you get a trigger on the stack, and he gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. I like that because you can play him out on 2, and then on turn 3, play out a Bladehold War-Whip. It doesn't, the way it's phrased is the equipments don't have to be on Kadeen. The equipped creatures that you have on the battlefield don't need to be attacking with Kadeen. It's just, he gets it based on how many equipped creatures you have, period, no matter what they're doing. So then, he gets bigger, he's got trample, and if he gets to power 4 or greater, so you just need 2 equipped creatures on the battlefield, then you're drawing a card every time he attacks as well, which is quite nice. And that's it, really. Okay, sorry, one last, I promise you, this is a little bit long-winded, but it's because we haven't played with any of these cards yet on the channel. Hexgold Hoverwings gives equipped creatures +1/+0. If you add that to the +1/+0 from Nahiri's Resolve, it's like all of your stuff is now getting +2/+0. It's actually pretty relevant. And then sneaky one of Nahiri Forged in Fury. Maybe it's just better to have a full playset of the Resolve. Like, I want to find this on turn 5, like, every single game, basically. But if we don't, then we've also got this alternate, like, pretty cool thing, I guess. Like, affinity for equipment. So, I guess with 4 equipment on play, you can cast it for 2 mana. In a late game top deck, that's pretty nice, because then that'll leave you mana left open to use to reconfigure the Rabbit Battery onto Nahiri. But whenever an equipped creature you control attacks, which is great, because, again, kind of like the Kadeen, the equipment doesn't need to be on her, and she doesn't, in this case, she doesn't need to swing. It's any other creatures, so you play her, and then your other things attack. You exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You may cast equipment spells this way without paying their mana cost. It's not amazing, but whatever. I wanted to just play it. It's an incredible piece of art, and it's Nahiri deck, so at least one Nahiri. The other Nahiris were just not doing it for me. This Planeswalker, the abilities are just nah. And then I was thinking about Warcrafting, but just the Salvo is just so much better. So anyway, didn't quite end up going for Nahiri Tribal, but it's definitely a Boros equipment deck. As far as the mana base goes, we got 2 Eiganjos, 2 Sokenzans, some duels, and some basics. I promise you I'm done rambling. Let's jump into some games. That was way too long, but it should, I actually got hit with a power outage I was recording, and I got 4 games in, and I was 3-1 with this deck, all Mythic matches, and then we had a power outage in my neighborhood, lost the internet, couldn't quite get onto my hotspot in time, and I just gave up on that take. So here's take 2. Hopefully, it continues to perform. I'm honestly quite surprised. Some really good matches. There you go. What? The matchmaking algorithm is just... I bet you he's got Nahiri's Resolve in his deck. I'm ready to bet $1 million. This matchmaker is absolutely whatever, you know? Like, he's playing Boros. He's got ETB things. I'm ready to bet big money. Hopefully there's no, like, Wandering Emperors. That's about all I can say here. Yeah, you don't want to be blocking the Trampler. Could be like a depopulate or something at some point. But it's probably freaking Wandering Emperor, hey. Oh, let's load up. Nahiri's coming down next turn, so all we really lose is Kadeen. And if there is no Emperor, then we're about to get in for a big hit. At least we drew the card if it is the Emperor. Of course it's Emperor. It can't not be. Maybe it's the Eiganjo land. Oh, ooh, juicy. So he's probably going to be the one to play a Nahiri's Resolve first. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. It's not enough for a portal to Phyrexia. Fine. Blink, blink, blink. Now, important to note, even if he removes this now, they're still coming back. They just won't have haste. Can also destroy this incubator token quite easily. Can I get a hell yeah? This has haste now. There could still be an Emperor here. But if there isn't, we win. Because these guys have double strike. Oh, Boros control or something. Maybe there's a Chandra somewhere here. Yeah, that's still game. My dear fella. Ooh, baby, baby. That just did exactly, and we're sunfall proof. Okay? We're freaking sunfall proof. The equipments don't go. They stay. And that is huge. We're still not farewell proof. But, you know, that's a turn later. And that's huge most of the times. And less sunfalls around the place these days than... I mean, yeah. More sunfalls than farewells lately. At least as far as my experience is of the ladder. Plenty sunfall action. Yeah, why wouldn't you? The card is ridiculous. Ridiculous. If we just draw land, 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 this is insanely good hand. If we don't, then we're a bit screwed. But I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. we got Astor. So maybe we get lucky and stuff happens. Re-equip. Ooh, it's gonna be control. More than likely. So, and there's a chance that there could be like a wedding announcement or something. So let's keep the crowbar back. Anyway, we've got the backup halberd. I should have played my... Anyway, whatever. It's just 1 point of life. This could be a farewell deck. Oh, yeah, it's a control deck. He's got the Azorius sleeves and everything. Alright, this is probably going to be the worst matchup possible for this deck. I mean, I don't think it's quite fast enough to get underneath the Sunfall, but again, if he's just playing the Sunfall... Oof. Now, let's get your Kadeen down, if we can, through the 2 untapped blue mana. Eiganjo land. Cycling. Boom. Oh. Okay. Cool. That's one less, you know, spell that can hit my enchant, my artifacts. Oh. Okay. Astor. Now the counter spell? And you didn't use it last turn? You are one slimy control mage. Oh. Oh. Mm. My enemy. Worst enemy. Now the only real question is this mill? Is it... what kind of control are we looking at here? Here comes the Emperor now. No Emperor. Oh. Got the augury, so there's got to be some planeswalkers. I think let's hold up the Salvo and the Fateful Scrutiny. I hope he goes Sunfall and we draw a land. Now he's got Glimpse the Future or Witness the Future. I've been playing a little bit of this nonsense myself of late, so I know what's up. It's probably more likely a it's the damn deck. Ooh. Let's swing first. I'm thinking of Mind Splice Apparatus. I hope he reacts to something nice. Now we can play the Resolve without worrying. There's no chance he'll counter this. See, he stays behind. So it's also like, I mean, wow. I guess farewell is, we're at the point now where the only thing that, I feel like the only thing that will lose us the match is farewell. But I'm going all in. It's 12 damage. It's got to be the Emperor, right? Would you use up your 2 marches? Or maybe that was the same march and he just drew it again. Of course. So, we could. Freaking genius. You are such a genius, my friend. Let's see if you have a counterspell for the Salvo. I've got the backup Absence. Oh, no, he's got removal of his own. Cool, then we use the Absence here. We still get in for 9. can't react to them in his turn, like other than, you know, Wandering Emperor and this kind of stuff. Oh, this is so sick. I mean, we managed to navigate a Nahiri's Resolve through a deck that plays counter spells. If that hadn't been on the board, then different sitch, but that felt freaking amazing, guys. There's nothing I love more than beating Azorius control. Like, it's really my, like, favorite thing. Like, second maybe to mono blue. Me. But blue-white, Wandering Emperor, farewell people, like, they deserve every beating they get. I often, you know, mention how disgusted I feel when I'm forced into playing those colors myself. Yeah. I guess it's just, I don't know, playstyle preference. Believe it or not, there was a time in my life when I was actually a control mage myself. Alright, another control deck, or is it Esper Legend? Only time will tell. But we've got Nahiri's, and we've got some stuff. Feeling pretty good. Looks like Breach then. I would say Orzhov Breach. Might just be a little too slow. It's gonna be Wandering Emperors all over again. That card, I promise you, just plagues my dreams. Okay. Sure. Seems about right. Okay, we found our 5th land for the Nahiri's Resolve next turn. It could be counter spells, but I'm honestly thinking it's like he's just got the Rafine's Towers for the cycling and yada yada. Here comes the Emperor now, of course. I think I'm gonna wait. Load up the board a little more. Maybe he gets like tempted into sweeping map every time, huh? But again, this is fine because of Nahiri's Resolve. This is going to be so sick, I think.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Sure. So there is some pretty serious blue shenanigans. So I misread it. I wonder if it's just Esper whatevs. Like, it's hard to tell. So instead of playing it risky and running into a counter magic, I'm just gonna try and remove this guy. Anyway, we're gonna draw a card with Jor now. We're gonna draw a card with. Okay. Oh, lands, huh? I mean, surely the Wandering Emperor just dies now. Yes, thank you.
I'll be back.
We're again in, like, farewell problematic range. I'll probably make the 2/2.
You're coming with me.
Sure.
Don't fear monsters.
Farewell, please. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Come on, baby. Give me that turn that I want. You know, Okay, that's cool. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Sorry, just work stuff as always, guys. It is what it is. The high season is upon us. I'm shocked. I'm like this. We'll look at some stats at the end of the video. How are we doing for time? Okay. Probably just make this the final match. I have some stuff to attend to. A little bit shorter video. But yeah, I've played enough matches now with it to have stats. So hey, first rabbit battery we're seeing. Really kind of crucial. Like there'll be some. I like it when you play out like another 2-drop on turn 3, and then you can equip this and give it haste straight away and things like that. So unfortunately, the red here means it doesn't benefit from the cost reductions. Interesting. To say the least. Whoops. You could have taken the actual artifact. Well, isn't that nice? Having that option, Let's do that. That way we can play the War-Whip. Whoopsie! Yes, the poison counters, I know. But yeah. We found one, let's use it. Would thoroughly appreciate a Nahiri's off the top. Well, not now. Still need one more land, but still. He's got corrupted. But that works. One more land off the top. Let's go. Skrelvy boy. Sweet as. Because now we can give it haste. And make it bigger. Skrelv can't block. He's got removal. Oh, you little freaking. Okay, well he's in top deck mode, so we should be okay. We can just destroy it with Citizen's Crowbar if we really want to. But we're on 7 freaking... Holy crap, this is getting scary. Whew. 3, 4. It's 8 damage. And then we die next turn. Think the go here is this. He can make 1 might token. Nah, I'm gonna hold back for now. We have to be very like cautious because we're on 7 poison, unfortunately. Cool. What we need actually is freaking Astor, the bearer of blades. 3 copies in the deck. We have a 6% chance of that being our next top deck. Math. Complex math. What are you doing? Okay. Okay. This is 3. Oh, yeah. Alright, so... Death Toucher is fine because of the double strike. Anything's fine, really. We've only got to deal with... Yeah, he didn't make his... Yeah, oops. That's just fantastic. Was the oops because he thought smugly that he'd turned the corner with the Scroll's Hive, or was the oops because he forgot to make a might token during my turn? Regardless, we won. Undefeated on camera with Boros equipment, ladies and gentlemen. That is not... a series of words that I ever thought I would string together in front of a camera, but it is what it is. We're ending a little early, which gives me plenty of time to jump into some statistics for you guys. Let me just get them up on the screen here. Boop. I think we're going to be very pleasantly surprised, because I haven't been keeping a good track in my mind, but I know it's like really surprisingly good. If my internet would just get its act together. There we go. 7 for 3. Does that include the final match? Because sometimes it takes a little while to adapt. Does appear so. So, I mean, this was version 1. I did some adjustments, and then it started to hum along quite nicely. Very small sample size, I know, but I just threw it together today, so that's all you get, I'm afraid. But not terrible. I'm really happy with the performance. I think I kind of proved that to you with tonight's gameplay footage. So jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts and overall review. Amazing, super fun, different, something no one is playing, and you may already have many of the cards, so definitely worth a try. And I'd love it if you all like reported back in the comments or on the Discord. If you do take it for a spin, how did it go for you? What different choices would you have made? Unfortunately, we did not get to see the free equip mania that Astor plus Bladehold War-Whip create together. But we definitely got to see the Nahiri doing its thing, and I, for one, I'm very happy with how that went. So that's going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the Brew Lab, signing out. Peace, y'all.